Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another planting with Jewelyn. So it's a beautiful fall afternoon. It is the beginning of October. I am heading to Las Vegas tomorrow night, and before I teach my night classes, I wanted to go ahead and plant up, I want to say maybe 4 new babies in today's video before I leave to Las Vegas tomorrow night for a handful of days for work. So give this video a big thumbs up for more new plant babies being styled in my collection. And let's see how the neighbors are with construction, because I feel like it's coming and going with the noise, but nonetheless these plants need to be planted up and the weather is perfect. So I decided to bring the potting tray out here on my little ottoman, and I'm gonna plant up here because my patio right now is kind of on the dark side and I like switching up my point of views. So let me know what you guys think about having me pot out in front of my home regardless of the construction noise happening next door. So the first plant baby that I want to plant up is my glabella, and I'll bring it out, my other one that is also labeled a glabella, which is small and compact, in a future video, so you can see both of them side by side and you can give me your thoughts on what do you think about both of my glabellas, because they look different. This to me looks like a green scandens, but I wanted to go ahead and probably put it, I want to see what the root ball system is like. So I got this plant in Santa Barbara when I went out there with my grandma before she left to Hawaii. So this is the whole plant. I want to see what the root ball system is like and then decide from there how I want to pot up my plant. But if you remember, I ordered a bunch of Hoyas, I want to say from Alaska, and it arrived in these white plastic hangers. One of my string of dolphins, my second string of dolphins, is in that white plastic hanger. I use it for van life, and I have another one here, so I want to use it for this particular one, but I want to see what the root ball system looks like first. Also, it's Kira's birthday in October, so when I see her this weekend in Las Vegas, I will be surprising her with some plant babies for her birthday. So stay tuned for that video. I'm really excited to see Kira. And okay, so this is what the root ball system looks like. What do you guys think? So here's the white plastic hanger. I think this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to use part of the mixture that was in, and you know what, I could probably use the same mixture, add a little bit of mines in it, and then also put some worm casting. I believe it's like the beginning of October and weather here is perfect. Oh no, I hear the construction starting up again. Alright, so I have worm castings in here. I'm gonna mix a little bit of my EB stone mixture with the mixture that the plant came in, and I think it'll be okay. The mixture with this peperomia is fine, so I don't mind mixing it up with mines. So make sure the worm castings is mixed nicely in here. Add a little bit more of mines in it. I think I'll be good to go. So my mixture is the EB Stone brand, and I like to add perlite in it. Okay, so here's the mixture right here. So nice, light, and airy. And also I like sitting down and potting too, because when I set up my Tiffany blue table potting tray for the channel, I'm standing up and doing work. I know my grandma likes to sit down, but then I like working over my plants. So also having my potting tray out here to film for this setup, I like, because I get to sit down and work over the potting tray. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you like to pot up your plants, and especially like if you don't have a potting bench. And I love my potting bench a lot and it stores a lot of things, but to film on there I would have to maybe move it in a different point of view so that you can see me working and not have my back facing the camera. So that would be the only reason why I'm not filming on the potting bench, but I love it and I'm so glad that I have space for a potting bench. I know when I first moved into this studio, that was the first thing that I actually bought, and I was lucky that I got it secondhand. So somebody in the valley was selling it, but I had to take it apart. I brought tools, took it apart, and then fixed it up. So I sanded down, I sprayed it with the Thompson water seal spray, and then I put it back together. and my grandma was actually here and she helped me with that project. So I love thrifting or secondhand things that I can go ahead and fix up. So I think most of the things in my patio are thrifted, and I've either like reupholstered or DIY'd it and fixed it up into a different color. So I love that. Okay, this is working out so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, and the seller also even sent me the hooks for it. This is so cute. You guys already know I love white, so when it arrived in the mail, I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna throw these away. I love it a lot. And for certain plants, they do better like in a plastic hanger instead of like in ceramic or in terracotta. So like for instance, my begonias and you know these peperomias that are very fragile, I like to not have them in ceramic or terracotta planters because I feel like they dry out quickly. And these babies like to be a little bit more on the moist side, so I like having white plastic hangers from time to time, especially like if I'm gonna hang it from my ceiling, like in my bathroom, because it's an older studio. I can't have anything heavy hanging, it'll just like fall right through. I think I have this in the best ability I can to make sure that it's not going to come off. Okay, so here it is. What happened to you on this side? Okay, ta-da! Here is the new look on this peperomia. Isn't it adorable? That worked out perfect. I love that a lot. So you're gonna go back by the fountain by my peperomia scandens variegata. I love that. Peperomia metallica that I recently got. Now this one also reminds me of kind of like the same vibe as the scandens or like the caparata ripple, where it's finicky, so I don't want to put it in like a drying type of pot. So I am going to use one of my plastic white planters that I got from Amazon. So if you're interested in this or the potting tray or any of the products I use, in the description box of my videos you will see my Amazon link there. It's my affiliated link, and all of the products I use is there. So I don't want to disturb this plant because I feel like if I do, it might get upset. So I'm just going to put soil on the bottom and see, without disturbing the root ball. Okay, I think from here I'm just gonna press it into this planter to get it nice and grounded in there, and that's it. That is all I'm gonna do for this plant. Don't wanna get the roots upset with this one. I've never had this plant before, but just the type of plant it is, didn't want to touch the root ball. See a section here that fell. I'm gonna fix it. Okay, let's see how it likes being in here. What do you guys think? This is going to probably live on my plant shelf in my bathroom because of the type of plant it is, but I think it's adorable. I love that a lot. So peperomia metallica. So here's my green silver tradescantia that I got in San Gabriel. Carrie and I got matching plants, and it's just been hanging out in its nursery planter since I brought it home. And with tradescantias, you really gotta be careful when you're handling them because they'll break easy, but they propagate easy. So that's the cool thing. But I mean, I love seeing it nice and full and traily, so if I can avoid from damaging any of the trails, I would like to not disturb anything. So with any kind of trailing plants, I like to kind of hang it over like this and then squeeze the nursery planter, and it'll eventually just pop out like that. So it is very root bound, and I think I'm going to use the other plastic planter. So this is also something I got from Amazon. If you're interested, it's also in my Amazon store. And I'm going to continue using this soil, and I'm just going to kind of squeeze the root ball to loosen it up. And that's pretty much it. I'm just going to leave it as that. Good enough. Okay, so this planter is on the big side, but I was like looking at my collection like, who should I put it in it? Should I put like an epiphyllum in here to maybe switch up the vibe of my hanging section? Because I love a few of my epiphyllums in the cocoa quarter liner baskets. Like, I love that look a lot. But I'm gonna try to see what this looks like and see if it'll work out. So now that I have the plant in here, now it's time for me to fill it up on all sides. I think I'm going to just pour some soil in here to get the bin out of the way so I can work quickly. So I'm holding up the trails and filling the planter on all sides. And then I'm gonna fix the trails to hang over evenly on all sides. Again, this would also be a time if there's any fallouts, I'm going to propagate it. I know since I brought this plant home in my collection, there's been a few fallouts, and I've been propagating it in water. And if you watch my Tradescantia collection, I shared with you all of the Tradescantia cuttings I'm currently propagating, all from fallouts. And I definitely don't throw them out. If I can save them and make a new plant, great. I can always put it back in the planter to make it fuller, if that's an option. Or as you see, I gift it to my plant friends. So a bunch of Tradescantias have gone to Catherine and Carrie and to Tanya. In fact, Tanya sent me a picture of her night blooming cactus in bloom. I'll go ahead and throw up a picture now so you can see. And she said these are like the biggest blooms she's ever seen from her mother. A bunch of you guys already got some cuttings from me, but if you are interested, I do have a bunch for sale. And they're all doing good. They root really easy. I mean, for a cactus, because it does take time for cactus to get roots. Okay, so let me just turn it this side, see what I'm working with. And when you see my Tradescantia collective video, and I haven't edited yet, but these browning leaves is like a characteristic trait of the plant. So every time I pass by my Tradescantias, I'm constantly like pruning off the brown leaves. But the turnover of the leaves are pretty high, so I try to keep up with taking as much as I can off when I'm stopping by or passing by my plant babies. Every day, when I'm home, I try to spend maybe 30 minutes to half an hour just kind of walking through my collection and seeing like if somebody's struggling, do I need to like put them back in a nursery planter, move them, turn them, rotate them, and maybe untangle them. So if there's anything that I can catch as soon as I can, like say for instance, if like I recently shared my Hoya Crinkle 8, the mother plant had bugs in them, and I had to go in with a Q-tip and soapy water and clean out the plant. And if I come back from Las Vegas and the plant still has bugs on it, like here's a cutting, I'm gonna propagate this, I'm going to have to go through the plant again and clean it. And then what I'm gonna do is take the soil out and just give it a fresh start and see if I can help the plant out that way. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with my collection. I try to keep up with it because having 500, my grandma thinks I have over 500 plants, which is probably true. Every day is a work in progress. So now that I have the soil in there, I want to just kind of untangle the trails before I put the wire hanger on it without breaking any of the trails and cleaning it up at the same time. I mean, the colors of the variegation of this Tradescantia is so stunning. And when I did my Tradescantia collective video and I seen them ganged up, I'm like, wow, like plants are so impressive to me. And I've always been a collector since I was a young age. When I was young, I never liked playing with any of my Barbies, and till this day in my grandma's garage in Hawaii, I still have my Barbies and they're all in boxes. So I've been a collector my entire life. I've collected stamps, I still collect coins and shells and things like that from my travels, but I'm just a collector. So being into plants is fun for me because I can keep collecting them, and also it's so gratifying to see them grow on me. And I love plant therapy a lot. It helps me cope with like losing my grandpa or having a rough day with work, or if I feel like I need like a little time out from my crazy work day, I can just come home and hang out with my plants, and it's like my little vacation. So I love plant life a lot, and I love being able to share my journey you know, with everybody on the internet, and also to be able to have plant friends when, you know, my subscribers buy plants from me, and I get to keep in touch with you guys. And I love seeing updates when you guys send me pictures on the progress of the plant babies that you got from my collection. And it's cool. It's one way of being connected with you guys, being able to share my plants with you. So I love that a lot. So the plant community is pretty cool, and that's pretty good looking as far as for untangling the plant. I definitely don't want the trail going back into the planter at some point and then growing roots and then looping back into the planter. I don't want that for the plant. So this is like the perfect time for me to untangle it and have it cascade on the side, and then I'll hook the wire hanger on it, and like that's that. This plant is gonna live in here full time, and the fallouts will go into my propagation bottle with the rest of it, and then I'll have a whole new plant. But this variegation I've never seen before. And even when I did that Come With Me to San Juan Capistrano and I stopped by those big bright purple Tradescantias, like I don't even have that variation either, and I was very close in getting it. That would have been really fun to go through the plant and propagate from it and have it in my collection. But maybe one day if I come across that plant again. I won't be able to go back to San Diego for a month because I am covering 21 classes on top of my classes for my studio this month. So I'm not able to go down to San Diego until a month. So we'll see where I end up filming the next time I go down there. But I love being able to film for my vlog channel and the main channel whenever I'm traveling. And I'm also trying to see where I can go. I would like to do one more small trip within the US before the year ends for both of my channels. I would love to go ahead and do that. And if I'm trying to go to the East Coast, I would have to go soon before it gets really cold for plant life content. So stay tuned. Who knows? It'll probably have to be in November or December, just because October I am pretty much working or teaching every day. Okay, I think I did a good job, guys. Like, the trails are untangled. I like got to look at every single trail and untangle them, prune off the dead leaves, and I will get fertilized water and water these plant babies before I put them in their new setup. And we'll see when I come back next week from Las Vegas how well they're doing. Again, if I feel like a plant is not happy with their living situation, whether it's because of what they're in or where they're currently at, I try to fix the problem and try to save them. Okay, wow, this is the best I'm gonna get. And actually, I would like to probably maybe top off the top with my soil because there's worm castings in it. So just a little. There we go. To surprised the construction is not that loud right now. I better not talk too soon. Okay, now let's see. Here we are. And this was kind of tricky to thread through the side of the pot, so let me do my best. So I'm threading from outside in to hide the end of the connector. I wonder what Evie is doing. I don't know where she's at. I try to take her to the park or beach when I can do an outdoor workout so that she gets a walk. And she loves running on the beach. So if you watch on my Instagram IG stories, I'm always sharing video clips of her running on the beach. But probably next week, because I teach a split day tomorrow, and then we're going to Las Vegas at the end of the day, so it's going to be a very long day. And weather is cooler in Las Vegas, so my mom will probably take her Yorkie and Evie, my brother is a Yorkie, to the dog park in Las Vegas. Okay, so oh, also I did stop by Shannon, my Chicago fitness friend. So she was my personal trainer, and I used to train her for Pilates when I was working at that big fitness club. And I left that fitness club in February, and I don't know if you remember, she came with me to the Los Angeles flea market for a come with me. Well, I gave her plants last year for her birthday, and I went over to her house last night to give her some housewarming cacti because she just moved into a new apartment. So I'm going to share those pictures now. So I gave her jade and a Kalanchoe baby from my mother plant last year for her birthday with an apron, and it's doing good. I was so surprised. And I gave her 3 cacti from Arizona, Las Vegas. They're doing really good, so I want to share the picture. So that was fun. Evie and I got to go over to her new place. So here it is. Here's the new look. Wow, I just love what it looks like now after I spent some time fixing the trails. And now that I see it here, I'm gonna try to encourage it to go in. Maybe this side looks a little bit more heavy with trails, so if I can encourage them to maybe go maybe this way a little. What do you guys think? So pretty. Okay, that looks already a little better. I love it. Okay, no more touching it. This is it. This is the final look. Love that. So I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Take a look at it. Wow, the contrast with the white planter, so stunning. I mean, I just love the variegation of this Tradescantia. It is beautiful. And I went through the whole plant and I pruned off all the brown leaves. So I'm gonna set this on the side, and now these few cuttings will go in water with the rest of them. Love that. It's fine. So I emptied out the potting tray, and I'm gonna get succulent cactus soil mix. So this is my second AMAC Euphorbia, and I want to plant it up into hopefully a planter that I can find that's perfect for the aesthetic of this cacti, and that it'll stay upright. So right now my other AMAC Euphorbia, slightly different in variegation. I feel like my original one is a little bit more like on the milky side, and this one is more on like hues of yellow, neon yellow. What I do see is a lot of ants in this planter, so we're gonna get rid of that. And we're gonna get rid of just all of the soil because I'm not trying to have ants everywhere. So let's put you on the side, and we're gonna dump this soil because I don't want the ants. Okay, sorry soil, you gotta go. Brand new soil, and I would like to see if it can fit in this planter. I know this is very small. Root ball is very small, so let's see if it'll fit. Oh my gosh, okay. I think obviously because it's top heavy, I'm gonna need like a little bit more bigger, maybe like height wise, but for now I want to plant it up in this, and I have EB Stone succulent cacti mix, so let's go ahead and just have it live in here for now until I find a better planter in the future. But the root ball is small and it's fine for now. So very gritty mix. So EB Stone succulent cacti mix with pumice. So let's go ahead and hold it up here while I cover it up. I'll do this as quick as possible. And I don't want to cover too much of it, so I do want it pretty high up, because as you can see, the nursery had covered a chunk of the cutting in soil. So I'm trying to keep the bottom a little bit more exposed and just have the roots down in the soil. So I like it like that. Oh, construction is happening. Back in effect. I think this works out great. I mean, I'm definitely not, I'll have to see what it looks like when I step away from it. It does look like a small planter for such a tall cutting, but for now it works. I might just keep it in here permanently or move it in the future. We'll see. But I don't want it deep down there because I want the bottom more exposed. Okay, I think this is it for now. And Catherine sent me pictures of her babies planted up, so stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and film a fall tour for her since we didn't get to visit her collection for this summer. Okay, I think this is it. And you know what? I'm not mad at this at all. It looks pretty good. And the way how the cutting is, I'm gonna try to have it stand tall, which requires me to tilt it on the side, because if I do have it up in the center, then it leans. I don't know if you see the way how the cutting is. So if I tilt it to the side, it stands up a little bit more straight, but a little bit more soil behind you here. Okay, so this is the best I'm gonna be able to get it, and I'm not gonna touch it. Looks good. I'm gonna get creative with the plant gang because I can't have them on the Tiffany table since I didn't film on there and it's dark, so I decided to just have them out here for the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and mist my plant babies, not the cacti, but my house plants, yes. Peperomia tridescantias. So nice misting, and then I'm going to go ahead and fertilize it. Hi. Here's Evie. You're going to help mommy. I won't water these until I am back next week from Las Vegas. It's pretty good. Okay, so here is today's plant gang. I have it on my ottoman because I didn't film on the Tiffany blue table. So we're gonna wrap up the video. I want to do another plant friend shout out before I end the video. Today's plant friend shout out got posted up 6 days ago. A comment left by Bessie, and she says here, wow, what a wonderful haul. So this was my last big collective haul that I did with my grandma. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about today's plant gang? These are all new babies. These are very typical Jewelyn kind of plants. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love the AMAC. I already have this in my collection. I collect tridescantias and peperomias, so very cool plants to plant up in today's video. If you enjoyed this video, have any of these plants, sound off in the comments down below. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I do daily uploads at 5 a.m. I'm glad I was able to get this done before I leave for Las Vegas tomorrow, because I will be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll be gone for 5 days, so I definitely wanted to get this done before I head out of town and see how they like it in their new home. Sound off in the comments what was your favorite plant. And again, if you're interested in any of the plant babies in my collection, whether I mention them or not, I don't mind taking from my plant babies if it doesn't hurt the mother plant. So if you live in the US, I would love to go ahead and ship out any plants or plant cuttings that you're interested in. I love being able to help you guys grow your collection, and it's a way for me to make new plant friends in real life. But regardless of wherever you are in the world, thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. You can find more of my blog at ilovejewelyn.blogspot.com. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.